Welcome, comic lovers. Garvin, the old comic guy, coming at you with another Sunday comic shout out. This will be my 10th shout out. 10. How cool is that? Really got this kind of going. It's not necessarily. It's just something I feel like the community's been great for me as a new or young or young, not really, as a new YouTuber with the comic community. Has just been wonderful. Lots of wonderful feedback from a lot of wonderful people, and so I wanted to share that, and I want to give that forward. So that's why I do this comic shout out. So again, we're going to have 3 channels that I think you should take a look at. They're definitely, I think, worth taking a look at. I know you're not going to necessarily like everything I share throughout these shout outs, but I hope that there's some that you do. All right, let's get right into it. All right, so I'm going to begin with Metarog. Metarog has 671 videos. His comic, he has a comic book shelf. It's not the channel bar and stuff on the wall, and I think his is grid. Actually, I think it's grid, but he has this up on his wall, and he does these where he'll do a theme. Yeah, a theme, and I think that's awesome. I think that's pretty cool. It's a nice way to showcase stuff and then move stuff in and out. Little jealous having a place for it. Yes, I know. One day the children will move, the adult children will move, and I'll have a space for stuff. No rush, I'm not pushing them out. So officially his channel says, my channel will focus on comic book variants from the 70s to 90s, along with special editions, distribution differences, reprint sets, and other oddball obscure issues. He says he will showcase promo and mini comics and assorted memorabilia. He also has a fairly complete Marvel Bronze Age collection, and will be showing those off in the future, which he does show off. Lastly, he highlights his video game collection, which has some rarely seen stuff, including complete collections of obscure systems and their game libraries. A lot of this, he's been doing this for a while. There's a lot of this already up there. Right, so please take a look through his videos and see if there's stuff that you're interested in. The one I'm going to talk about is his, I think it's the September one for 2023, his comic book shelf, and the theme was picnics and Labor Day. And yes, they were, and how the labor part is the jobs. So, doctors and farmers and other stuff. So, I won't give too much away, but there's some wonderful picnic ones on the wall. And of course, a picnic in comics is going to be interrupted by something. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so pretty nice stuff. He does those almost monthly, at least seasonally. But really, there's some points where it's pretty monthly and then some where it's not quite. So that's pretty cool. I like that. He does other haul videos and stuff like that, which is just showcasing comics, right? Which is why we're all here, to really watch some comics and see some pretty cool stuff. So I like it. I hope you guys will consider taking a look at it. The next one's going to be a little bit different. So that was 1. Now let's talk about 2. 2 is Charlton 66. If you haven't taken a look at the channel or you're not familiar with it, you should take a look at it. He's got about 150 videos. He doesn't put out a video regularly. There's about every other month. So his videos are not like I try to put out at least the shout out, and then I try to put out at least one more video a week, just because of what I'm getting, right? And trying to get through what I buy, which probably is more than the missus would like. He doesn't have a description up, and he doesn't put out videos all the time. He does about one every other month or so. So he'll probably have one come out shortly in the next this month sometime, or right about when I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know when I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to the day that he does it. It's just when he has time to do them. And he does some amazing stuff and has these really, like, he'll pull out the alter ego stuff, right? And shows off some of those, the stuff that he's gotten. And I said alter ego stuff. The Tomorrow Publishing stuff. And he'll showcase some stuff from that. He'll showcase old black and white. Or not old, well, yeah, they're older, but black and white things that he's gotten. His channel actually has no description. This is just a guy who said, this is what I'm going to do. And he does it. And it's pretty neat. His most recent video, which isn't, like I said, isn't quite recent, that's why I expect something soon, was his birthday bash. He had cake, coffee, and of course comics, and some music going in the back. So it was pretty neat. Lots of showcase stuff that he was showcasing, and I got showcasing, not showcase comics. With our group, we kind of have to clarify, right? Anyway, he had some wonderful comics up there, and he does almost always some pretty neat stuff, and he has information, like he knows stuff, so that's kind of cool too. Some things I know, some things I don't know. A lot of stuff I learn from you guys. Just like, I've had people tell me, well, you do a lot of information, and that is wonderful, and I appreciate that. But it's information I've gotten from reading the articles in Tomorrow and other fanzines, right? And from other YouTubers. Also from my local comic shop, right? Like I learned stuff there too. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a threefer? Just Your Average Geeks. So Just Your Average Geeks has 143-ish videos. And this is James, Jay, and Dave. And they are just your average geeks. 3 lifelong friends who enjoy hanging out and talking about a smorgasbord of fun topics such as games, movies, comic books, and more. Come watch as they banter with each other about these topics, do unboxings, and more. So one of the things I like to watch on theirs is the Dave does, and it's pretty much always Dave, not always, but pretty much. He does a new comic book day haul and recommendations, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a way I keep up with new books without actually getting all new books. I do tend to be more of somebody who goes after older books. So sometimes you just want to keep up with what's going on, right? And so he does that. He often has a shout out included in there, which is kind of cool. I think that's a nice way to do it. So they also do unboxings. Was it Jay did a CGC unboxing relatively recently? So again, there's tons of videos. Like I said, 143 videos. They probably have something you like. So give them a try. Take a look. I think that's it then for this week. So we have, who do we have? We have Just Your Average Geeks. We have Charlton 66, and we have Metarog. I will say Metarog ends up with showing off the stuff that, if you like my stuff, the old 70s, 80s, that sort of stuff, Metarog has a bunch of that sort of stuff pop up, and they're pretty awesome. So I love that. Again, the 3 channels, Metarog, Charlton 66, and Just Your Average Geeks. Give them a try. See if you like them. Again, if you do, please consider subscribing to them, and like the videos. And remember, just because you subscribe doesn't mean it's going to show up in as a notification. It just means you're going to see it more on your homepage. If you want the notification, you got to hit the bell icon. All right. That's what I got for this week. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week.